Hey guys, today I just wanted to show you some of the oils that I use in my goat's milk soap. I keep getting a lot of questions if everything I use is all natural. And to my knowledge, yes, everything is 100% natural. For today's soap, it's going to be called lemon poppy seed. And the oils that I'm using are this 100% natural shea butter. I've got organic coconut oil and extra virgin olive oil. So those are the only 3 oil ingredients that are going into my soap today. Once you warm them all up, you put them in a measuring cup, get them to a certain temperature, and then next I will show you how to mix the goat milk with the lye. So next what I want to show you is the goat milk soap that I will be mixing with the lye. And this is frozen goat milk soap, but yes, it is directly from my backyard here at Fink Family Farmstead. After I milk the goat, I put it into ice cube trays to make these little small frozen ice cube or goat's milk balls to work with. When you make soap, you have to work with cold either milk or water or whatever. So when you freeze it, it makes it much easier to mix with the lye. Now, don't let this scare you. I know it says poisonous, lye, do not, put on skin. Well, when you mix the lye with the milk, that is how you create soap. There's no other way to create soap. You have to use lye. However, after you wait the 6 to 8 weeks and let the soap go through its chemical process, then the soap is actually soap at that point and safe for your skin. So again, you cannot make soap without lye, but since it is dangerous, we wear safety gear. So what I'm gonna do, I added my lye to the measuring cup here, and what you have to do is just mix a little bit at a time. So you pour just a tiny bit onto your soap, and then you just mix, and you do just a little bit at a time until it fully melts. So I am gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will show you the finished process. Now you can see that the goat milk and the lye have dissolved together there, and now we have a nice liquid consistency. And let's get a couple of Mama Pearl's hairs out of there. See, all natural. Even got the goat hair in there. So at this point, we want to just make sure our temperatures are pretty even, and I did do this already, and we got them both right about, they're both pretty well around 85, 90. So the next step is I'm going to have to transfer these to a bigger bowl because this is a large batch. So I'm going to put all of my oil mixture that we pre-measured into this bowl. You always put the oil in first, and then you add the lye goat milk to the mixture here. And again, I have my safety gear on so I don't get splashed in the eye. So I'm going to add that. And then once we get it all into the bowl, we are going to mix it with our little handheld blender. They say to like kind of burp it a little. It just helps to get the air bubbles out. But this is a process called trace. Once you blend this long enough, it will become a really thick, almost like a pudding consistency. So it takes a minute. So I'm going to do that, and I will show you what that looks like. So as you can see, my mixture has gotten pretty thick, almost like a pudding. I didn't want it too thick at this point because it will thicken up more. I went ahead and divided it into 2 bowls here just because I'm going to make this my lemon poppy seed, and I'll probably add another flavor to that because this was a pretty big batch. But what I'm going to add to this is my scented oil. This is 100% pure natural lemon oil. It does not say it has any additives, 100% pure and natural lemon oil. And this is what I'm going to add to this. This is the only scent. And then I think I'm going to add just a little bit of the yellow mica powder. Now, mica powder, what I've done is my research on is it is a natural, like it's a mineral, and then they add like a colorant to it. So I can't see anything on the box that shows it's got any crazy additives. It says it's non-toxic. This is cosmetic grade, so people use this for like makeups and such. So if you have any more concerns about the mica powder, you can see what brand it is if you guys want to look it up just to make sure what you're putting on your body is safe. But I'll add a little bit of this just to make it a little bit more yellow. And I'm going to mix that in really well, and then I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have added my lemon oil scent, my yellow mica powder, and I also added some poppy seed. I know it looks yummy, almost like you could eat it, but don't eat it. It's not safe yet. It has to sit for 6 to 8 weeks before you can use it as soap. So I did do that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it into my mold, and then I'm going to try to make it pretty on top. So this is the lemon poppy seed soap once it was put into the mold. I just kind of decorated it a little bit, designed it, and topped it off with some poppy seed. So I will take that out of the mold in a few hours. Sometimes it takes a couple days before it sets really well, but I usually test it after a few hours. And then we'll cut it and check it out. And since I had separated the oils and the milk into two separate bowls, I went ahead and made these, and I'm just calling these hot cocoa and cinnamon soap. And again, it's the same oils we used for the lemon poppy seed that I showed you earlier. I just used a hot cocoa fragrance oil and a brown and a white mica just to kind of color it a little bit. And then the little sprinkles on top is just regular cinnamon.